I'm really excited to do this store review today of Top Tennis merch, 385 designs. And what I like right off the get-go is Top Tennis merch has niched down. Now, can you guess what their niche is? If you guess tennis, you are the winner. So as I scroll on down, we're going to see that Top Tennis merch has 385 designs, 472 favorites, 1 following. So they wrote to me and said, I could really use some help. I've created a Redbubble store around the tennis niche. I happen to think many of my designs are awesome. Feel free to disagree. I've tried promoting the store, including paid ads on Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter, but almost no sales after months of effort. Would you be willing to take a look at the store and suggest some ideas for improvement and promotion? Perhaps you could review my store. Okay, so I'm going to jump in and review this store, and I've got some very specific advice on how this could be improved. All right, welcome to the podcast. I absolutely love doing store reviews. And if we've never met before, my name is Zen Watercooler Online, and I've got a whole schwack of videos sitting here on the channel. And if you're interested in these podcasts, they're a little more informal. I'm a little bit of a zany nut job in these things. And you can click on playlists, and you can see I've got different playlists. And one of the things that I've got is I've actually got a playlist here that says Zen Podcast. So you can click on this and you could play all the videos in that playlist if you only wanted to hear the Zen Podcast stuff. Otherwise, there's just lots and lots of videos here to sink your teeth into. Okay, so I'm going to be speaking to Top Tennis merch, but if you're a new store or a struggling store, this advice will most likely help you as well. There's certain things that are deal breakers in stores. The thumbnail up at the top here I really like. Here we've got examples of t-shirts with proper mock-ups. We've even got tennis rackets in the background. This is a decent banner, okay? We've also got down at the very bottom of the store, we've got the actual person's email address, which is great because that means that not only could we reach out to them on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, but also the email address as well. So that's great. So what I'm concerned about is art is subjective. So I don't want to sit here and tell you these are amazing designs or these designs are terrible. It's not up to me. I'm not the one buying the designs. What you want to do is have the universe tell you which designs are the best. So because we're sorting this by most relevant, which is over on the top right, and because as I scroll down to the bottom, you have 472 favorites, chances are, using the 80-20 rule, that the top 10 designs have most of the favorites. Now, it's not always the case, and I'm not saying it's a hard and fast, exact one-for-one rule, but chances are this Tennis Till I Die design, that's the most popular design. So if you're not making sales, or if you're making limited sales, the universe is telling you it likes this, and maybe only that. So what's the difference between this design at the top and maybe other designs down at the bottom? So I'm just going to open up a couple here at random, and I'm going to give you my opinion on some of them that are not highly ranked, okay? So this one says, world's greatest game ever, and there's a picture of a tennis player, and there is a ribbon on it. In my opinion, this is hard to read from far away, and as a result, you may not be getting sales because somebody likes the idea, but not necessarily the execution. The idea of having a ribbon, that somebody's wearing a ribbon, would typically be up on the top left of their body. So you could perhaps have the ribbon tinier and then have the words world's most average tennis player. Because a person's not going to wear a shirt saying that it's the greatest game ever with a ribbon. The ribbon is meant to highlight the person. So you could say world's worst tennis player, world's most average tennis player, world's greatest tennis player, world's loudest tennis player, whatever you wanted to do. But you could make it about the person rather than the game. That's an idea. Here's another one. Perfect 12-step program. And we've got kick, serve, forehand, volley. Well, we've got 12 items listed. Kick, serve, forehand, volley, backhand, and the list goes on and on. Again, this could be hard to read from far away. So if you're going to have a 12-step program, you may want to have these items listed as 12. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Because this is a 12-step program, if you wanted to make the shirt funny, an idea would be to have the person holding a bottle of booze while he's playing tennis. I've played tennis that way, and believe me, I'm not the greatest tennis player in the world to begin with, and certainly drinking beer during the tennis match did not help. So that's an idea as well. You may want to double niche it and double down on the alcohol-related part for that design. Here's another one. I'm a tennis guy inside and out. Okay, couple issues with this one. I'm a tennis guy inside and out. This picture is not in any way related to the text. So you've got a picture of a unicorn, but it says I'm a tennis guy inside and out. So you may want to think about taking the unicorn out and replacing it with a picture of a guy, like a silhouette of a person playing tennis, or change the text so it says I'm a tennis unicorn. And then maybe there's a funny saying underneath it. I can serve hard and I'm quiet. As a result, I'm a unicorn, like they're hard to find, right? This one to me works. It says tennis and it says till I die. And because you've got the word die, there's a picture of a skull, and a skull is typically associated with death. This is funny. So I would, if it was me, my big advice to you is I would double down on this exact type of design. Tennis till I die, picture of a Grim Reaper holding a tennis racket. Tennis till I die, a coffin with a tennis racket laid on top of it. So the same phrase, but you can jiggle around with the different designs. I think that is probably where you would want to go on it. I think the designs could be improved if I'm going to be brutally honest. I think the way that spacing on the text is, you've got some good ideas, but you may want to play around with the font and the spacing to make sure that it's maybe a bit more masculine, a bit more feminine, a little bit more niched down in that respect. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I hope you found this helpful. And here's another video if you're interested in the podcast. Thank you so much for watching.